Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. As I mentioned this morning at Mass, we give an update on the reopening of the church for the celebration of Mass and also for confessions, for those who wish to make an appointment to do that. So for this first week of reopening, beginning tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll celebrate daily Mass at 8:30 a.m. in the church with social distancing, and I'll come back to that in a moment. And also we'll have Mass at 11 a.m. on YouTube, as we have been doing for those who are unable to come to Mass to be with us. And we especially want to remind folks that there still is the dispensation from participating in Mass that the Cardinal has given us, especially for our senior members of the community who are at greater risk or are more vulnerable and who simply are a little afraid of coming to church right now. So we will still have the YouTube Mass at 11 a.m. and we have the in-person Mass in the big church, not the chapel, each morning at 8:30 a.m. When you come to church for Mass, as when you come for prayer, please wear a mask at all times, and that means always covering your nose and your mouth, not just wearing it into the church and then lowering it. Please keep the mask on at all times while you're in church, for private prayer or for Mass. Also, as you enter, please use the hand sanitizer at the entrances of the church. That's real important. Also, please sit in the pews that are open. Several of the pews are marked off on each side, and so if they're blocked off, please don't try to enter them. During Holy Communion, the preference is, of course, Holy Communion in the hand, and that you would receive and give yourself the host. And so we ask everyone to please very reverently do that rather than receive on the tongue. There will be one single line for communion up the middle aisle, and please note there will be markings on the floor for 6 feet of social distancing. And then we'd ask you, once you've received Holy Communion, to go back to your seats by way of the 2 side aisles. Again, returning to the pews where you were. For those of you who carry personal hand sanitizer, you may wish to sanitize again before and after receiving Holy Communion. And again, as you enter and leave the church, please excuse us. We're not being rude, but we won't be stopping to shake hands and hug and catch up on all the good stuff that's been happening since the pandemic started. So this is good news. We are back at least at 25% of capacity. We are not open, as none of the churches in the Archdiocese are open yet for Sunday Mass, so please keep that in mind. But we will still celebrate daily Mass and be with you on the weekends through YouTube. God bless you. Thank you for your patience and your cooperation, the 2 things I really am asking you for once again. And let's work through this together and get closer to the Lord by way of the sacrament of the Eucharist. So thank you so much. We'll see some of you tomorrow in the church. We'll see others of you tomorrow on YouTube. Have a great evening, and please pass the word on to anyone who asks about Mass at Sacred Heart. God bless you and keep you safe.